Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is for the month of May 2025 for the water sign of Cancer. For the reading Cancer, I'm using the Pride Tarot deck, pulling clarifiers from the Zillich Tarot, and then at the end, I will pull one additional oracle card message from the Sacred Traveler deck. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. I suggest you also watch your moon and rising sign video. That way you might have a better overview of the energies surrounding you at this time. If you do enjoy the reading today, please consider giving the video a like, right? Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and it definitely does help. All right, let's get going. So center of the spread, you begin with the Queen of Cups. So water energy could be just you showing up here, right, strongly in your own reading. Obviously, you're a water sign. Could be dealing with an older water sign individual, so either another Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, male or female, even though it appears as the queen. Could be a mother figure, mother of your children, your own mother. But this queen, she's very emotionally available. She's very loving, loves taking care of her family. She's also very intuitive. So it could be, very emotionally available. Could be you just, taking on sort of these energies of the Queen of Cups this month. And we have more water energy crossing. What could help or hinder? The Knight of Cups. So this could be a younger water sign individual. Knights also, they go off on quests. They bring back offers. This could be an offer of love coming in, right? Sort of usually he's holding up that holy grail. So an offer of love coming in could also be an offer if it's to do with a job or, some other type of offer. Is one that brings you great joy, fulfillment. Interesting. In the deep past, we have the Knight of Wands. So another knight here could be dealing with sort of a middle-aged fire sign individual, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This knight typically would bring in, an offer to do with a new job offer. Could be a new business venture, but it's one that, it's very it's one that you feel very passionate about, very excited about. So a new offer is what sits in the deep past. Recent past, we have balance being restored with the Six of Pentacles. It's sort of this give and take energy. Pentacles is earth energy, has to do with the money we earn, the jobs that we do, our home, our family. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles shows up when there's like sort of a balance being restored. So there could be, or like receiving money, giving back money, going to the bank, getting a payout, so getting a loan, right? Receiving that loan, repaying a loan. So there's a transfer of money going on with the Six of Pentacles. Can also be you giving of, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be giving of your time, giving of yourself. So you might have been volunteering, right? Six of Pentacles also shows up when that might be the case. Justice, you have crowning your reading, Major Arcana number 11. And Justice is associated with the air sign of Libra and is a card of balance, right? It's also about balance being restored. Justice is also about karmic justice, right? It can also have to do with the justice system. So if it is to do with like the legal system, it's things going in your favor, right? Rulings being ruled in your favor. It can also have to do with dealing with a judge or a lawyer, signing contracts, right? It can anything to do with that, like to do with the legal system. But it's also a very karmic energy, right? So things going, the scale of justice being tipped in your favor. More Major Arcana energy here with the near future, the Devil. Major Arcana number 15 is associated with the earth sign of Capricorn. And it's interesting because this is about things in excess, right? And the Devil has been coming out for quite a few of the signs this month, actually. It can sometimes show up when certain areas of your life are out of balance. So if you're working too much, if you're spending too much, eating too much, drinking too much, there's a need for balance to be restored with the Devil card. And this has also been happening quite a lot. And I shuffle, in between the readings, during the readings, but and it's goes from the 15 down to the Temperance card, which is the opposite to the Devil, right? The Temperance card is all about balance. It's about balance being restored, all things in moderation. And that's how you show up. So you are coming through as very balanced this month. Very, you might be putting into practice certain certain practices that will bring things in your life into balance. So maybe you're, if you've noticed that you have been working too much, that, you decide to put into practice a new health routine. So you start going to the gym more, you start spending more time with your friends, whatever it is, however it relates to you, there's, balance with the Temperance card. Eight of Cups is in your environment. So there's a walking away, leaving behind some things. There's a decision to leave behind a situation, whether this is a job. Obviously, it's going to play out differently for everybody watching, but leaving behind the 8 cups that no longer serve this person, no longer bring him happiness, joy, right? And he's heading off in this new direction, even though he doesn't know exactly where he's heading. We can't see the top of the staircase here, right? We don't know where he's going, but he trusts that where he is heading is going to bring him greater joy than what he's leaving behind. So, there could be, movement here. So heading off, leaving behind one situation, one job, something in the past, right, to head in this new direction. And we have more movement with the hopes and fears. This is when the other movement cards, right? 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups, both represent leaving behind something and heading in this new direction, which ultimately you're hoping will bring, greater joy, greater stability. The 6 of Swords, it can actually represent traveling across water, right? Traveling overseas, but it's leaving behind choppy waters and sailing into calmer waters, so movement. And then 5 of Swords is the outbound energy. This can be, and I'll clarify. Let me just go ahead and I'll put down the final card here, and then I'll clarify. So you have I'll go back to this one. As the overall energy, you have the Hanged Man, and you have a Knight of Pentacles beneath that, which this is, it's going to be the job offer coming in, right? And you had the other Knight, the 2 Knights over here. So could be this job offer, but it's needing to see things from a different perspective. The Hangman, Major Arcana number 12, associated with the sign of Pisces, so fellow water sign. But, you can see the person here is upside down in the tree, right? Looks as though they're tied up there in this very difficult situation, but they understand, one, that they need to be in the situation. By allowing themselves to be in the situation, they're able to gain a new vantage point. They're able to see a situation from, have a different point of view on a situation, but also they could easily get their foot, it's not even tied up, right? They could easily slip their foot through, and get out of this situation, but they don't, because they understand that they need to be in that situation in order to, to have that certain perspective on whatever the situation is. So going back to this 5 of Swords, the 5 of Swords is, it can suggest that, this clarity of thought. You can see he's holding this sword. So we usually think of like the Ace of Swords. It's that clarity of mind. But, there is some type of uncertainty. So even though this might be a difficult situation, because it can be a card of conflict, there's this need to, or, there could be potentially this clarity of mind that emerges out of a situation that's quite difficult, a challenging situation. We'll go ahead and clarify. I'll clarify the 5 of Swords. Let's see what else we need to clarify here. So Spirit, additional messages for the 5 of Swords for Cancer. What is the 5 of Swords? And we have we have 3 cards that came out. Okay, so we have the 5 of Discs, which is the 5 of Pentacles, which in this deck is called worries. This is to do with finances, so financial, like feeling as though you are left out on the cold, not having enough financially speaking. 7 of Discs, failure. This is the 7 of Pentacles. So it looks as though this challenging situation, right? And then the 2 of Swords, which is in this deck is called peace, but it's the 2 of Swords, which is the, needing to make a decision, thinking that you don't have all of the information that you need for whatever reason to make that decision. But this 5 of Swords, I feel like it's to do with something from the past, to do with your finances, how you earn your money, the job that you've held in the past, and then a need to make a decision here. But with the 2 of Swords, which is usually like not being able, thinking that you don't have the information to make the decision, he's holding that Ace of Swords, so he does have it. Yeah, so there is some type of, let me go ahead and we'll clarify the Eight of Cups. And we have the Tower. Yeah, so there's something a change could come in quite quickly. This Tower moment, right? But there's a walking away. And the Devil, I was going to just clarify the Devil. This one looks like it wants to come out. With the Five of Wands, which is another 5, which is strife. So, yeah, there's this excess. I mean, with the Five of Wands, this can be, in the traditional tarot, there's like 3 people and then 2 lines are kind of going up against each other, but they're vying for a job or is trying to gain, they're all trying to gain the upper hand in the situation. So I feel that that's a lot of this conflict is from the past. And so there's this worry, or, things might have not have been, even though this does sit in the near future, I feel that it has to do with situations from the past, is what I'm getting off of the energies off the cards here. But there's a movement, right? You've decided you're leaving something behind. You're heading in this new direction. Let's go ahead and we'll pull an additional clarifier from the Sacred Traveler deck just to, there's new perspective. There's clarity of mind. There's balance being restored. There's offers coming in with this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. You're leaving. There's movement with the Eight of Cups and 6 of Swords. So one additional message for Cancer. What else does Cancer need to know? Okay, and you have taking shelter. The answers are within. And I'll just read you the meaning of the card here from the guidebook. Says, retreat, replenish your inner resources, incubate your ideas for the future, renew your energy, do whatever you need to do to care for yourself, mend physical objects in your home, organize possessions, heal relationships. You're preparing for a kind of springtime energy in your life, but take care of the details and create a foundation now before this spurt of energy. Otherwise, it can seem overwhelming. Take care of your body and health. Watch your dreams for insights about the future. Repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. It's a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources. It's a time to plan and prepare for the future, and for springtime, new beginnings, and a new cycle. And, I think with this moving on, it's like you're right. You're sort of right before this new cycle is going to start up for you. But there is, again, there are offers coming in. Looks like you will be moving towards, in this new direction. But possibly, going within. I mean, the card says the answers are within. So I do hope the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye for now.